When our first daughter was born, we were looking for a daycare center for her, and we were lucky enough to find an in-home daycare center where we knew a lot of our friends and teachers sent their children to, and it was a great environment for her to be in. And then when we moved to the Quad Cities, we had 2 children that we had to think about finding daycare for, and either the in-home daycare centers were full or they could only take 1 child. So then we did start interviewing daycare centers, and we're lucky to find a daycare center that had openings, and was also a very caring environment where the girls, we felt comfortable sending the girls for the times that we needed them to be in daycare.
There's a lot of benefits that we've found sending our kids to a professional center, and a lot of that is just through the experiences that they've found. But one of the things that we really appreciate is that they are exposed to diversity, ethnic diversity, racial diversity, religious diversity, socioeconomic diversity, some of that which you wouldn't experience if you stayed at home or got outside of your neighborhood. So I think the diversity really allows them to appreciate that all kids are different and that all kids have strengths and weaknesses. And I think they can really start to see and gain a sense of empathy for that not everybody's the same, that some people may be good in one area and not as good in the other. And I think it creates a caring and compassion that we really try to impose on our kids, that we want them to appreciate and respect all people. And so I think that's one thing that the center does provide, because there are kids of all walks of life that go there, some good, some bad. And it really, it kind of gives us some kids some exposure that we don't provide and can't provide, because it's something that they can't experience here in the house. And so I think just that sense of diversity is one thing that I really appreciate.
And I think another thing with the center is just the knowing they're always open. Mm-hmm. If we both have to go to work no matter, mm-hmm. what, so we know the center's going to be open from, X time to X time. And so mm-hmm. if we have to send our children, they're there, the teachers are going to be there, mm-hmm. Happy to see the kids, mm-hmm. and there for the children. So that really is nice too.
Quality education, especially at an early age, is so critical, because so much is learned in those first 6 years. And with both of us being involved in the education field, we really see how an early start really builds that foundation for kids down the road. The skills they develop and the excitement that they develop for education and learning is really set at a very early age. To see our 2-year-old get excited about some of the things she's doing at school, and it comes here and she's coloring and tracing and doing all these things at home and really getting excited about the skills she's learning there. It's fun to see, and it's really developing those skills that our 4.5-year-old is really excited. She can't wait to skip kindergarten to go to first grade because she wants to learn how to read. And so just the skills that they develop at such an early age, and the excitement and passion for learning is really something that we feel the centers that we send our kids to really pride themselves on, and they do a great job of that. And I think that's one thing that early childhood education is so important, because it does develop those skills and that foundation for success down the road.
And the time's tight sometimes, so you do rely on the teachers to teach your children some things that, mm-hmm. You just don't have time to do. Or
to reinforce some of the things that you feel are very important, that you want them to learn on as well, that you're working on at home, and then they can carry on with that at the center. And just to really, it gives you peace of mind, as Sarah said, knowing that there's people there that they're passionate, they love what they do, and they take pride in seeing your kids succeed. And I think that's something that is very fulfilling for people that want to enter the education field.
For us, I think the teachers that help our children or are teaching our children, some of the most important traits they can have is a caring attitude. They're the first ones that they see. They may come to school and they may be grumpy And just a smile and a hug can just make their day start off a lot better. And that they feel like they're going to school, they're excited to see their teachers, they're excited to see their friends. And in addition to that, the teachers, have to be flexible. They have to be willing to, working with a room full of 2-year-olds or a room full of 4-year-olds, and you may have your day all planned out and something happens, or you're trying to work on a lesson. So being flexible and creative. It's amazing sometimes what our children come home with. I'm like, how did you get a group, not just one child, you got a group of children, to all do this project, or to all sit and listen to a story. It just amazes me sometimes when I walk into their room and I think, how do they do this all day? But it's amazing, and they love it, and they're having a good time with the kids, and that's really evident. And I think that's, the most important thing is that they want to be there with the children.
No matter what the setting, no matter what the school, for the teachers to really learn and get to know the kids as individuals and really see them grow and take pride in seeing them grow. I think that's something that is just profound in the education field, that no kid is going to be able to succeed unless they have people who are there to care for them and encourage them along the way. And that could be at a 2-year-old level or a senior in college. It's that way all the way through education, that kids need to be and feel supported and know that they're going to have somebody there that's going to encourage them. I think that's something that we feel very fortunate that we have our daughters experience on a daily basis.
The teachers that are involved in our children's lives, they're like superheroes to the girls. If we're out and about and they see a teacher, in a different setting, they're like, wow, that's so-and-so, and they know the teachers, and they think they live at the daycare center because that's the only place they see them. So when we see them out and about, they just think it's so cool. And, the teachers will take time to, say hi and talk to them. And it's just the impact that they're making on the children's lives is very profound and very, you can see it as evident in what they do.